Hi there, welcome to today's painting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can paint the earth with acrylic paints. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by spraying the canvas with the fine mist sprayer. And now let's take a size 6 filbert and let's add a little bit of burnt umber onto the palette. I'm going to get a pretty watery mix here. Maybe add a little bit of flow medium. And then let's see if we can kind of put a dark shadow in here. And if you would like to paint along with me, you can just grab this sketch. It'll be linked in the description below. Just trying to go around that outside edge. Trying to stay close to the line of the sketch. Can be a little bit tricky to get a really straight line here, but just do your best. Then I want to sort of blend the brown paint inward. See if we can create a little bit of a sphere shape by bringing that paint in here. Okay, and then let's take a size 0 round brush. We'll take more of that burnt umber and let's add that around these little land mass shapes. Just kind of use the edge of the brush and it's almost like you're drawing with a pencil. Okay, and this doesn't have to be too precise or too exact. But that outline's just going to help us so we don't lose the sketch and we don't lose the form that we want to achieve. Okay, so now let's add in, I'm going to maybe take a size 4 filbert and let's take some of this dark blue. I have an ultramarine blue. It's a very intense color, so we'll just try to use a little bit to start with. And then add that in. And try not to cover up the landmass. Try to go around the landmass with the blue paint. But then you can go on top of this burnt umber color. Okay, and maybe a little bit on this right side. So we have the shadow on this side and then the light coming over here. So you want to keep that in mind. Okay, and then I have a Cerulean Blue, and I want that to be kind of in some of these areas here. You can kind of have different shades of blue and different intensities. I'm going to take some titanium white and allow that to mix together to create some lighter shades of blue. And again, we're just trying to go around the land masses. And you can take a little bit of the green color and maybe mix that in with some of the blue as well. Maybe around some of the islands, you have a little bit more of a greenish color. Okay, and then you can see that the zinc white and the blue colors can really blend together nicely. Give you some variation in tone. Okay, and we want to be kind of darker around the edges and then lighter while we go in towards the center. That kind of helps you to create the illusion of that three-dimensional sphere shape that you're looking for. Okay, so now let's go to the land masses and let's take, I'm going to use a 0 spotter brush. Let's take some of this, so like a burnt sienna color, and let's add that into some of these land masses. We've got some areas that are brown, more in the desert areas, and then other parts that are going to be more green, if you kind of know your geography. Okay, so now let's take a dark green color and then try to add that onto some of your land masses as well. And when the area's in a lot of shadow, you can really up the value and make it pretty intense and dark. Okay, and then let's take some of the bright green and then add that in. Kind of mix it along. It's a really intense, almost a neon green color. And you can kind of mix it in with the darker green, working wet on wet. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with another layer of the dark green. Let's kind of intensify it and add our layers. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this Ultramarine Blue. Just want to add a little bit more shadow in certain places to make it look a little more three-dimensional. Let me add some more blue over here. Can get close to that edge and you can cover up that underpainting. Okay, so I would just refine this a little bit and then let it dry completely, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so while the earth is drying, let's add the background. And for that, let's take a size 5 flat brush. And I'm going to take a mixture. Let's take some Zinc White. And I want to carefully go around the edges. And then I'm going to add some of this. It's kind of like an orchid color, I would say, like a purple orchid shade. I'm just going to go around the outside edge. Just try to get really close to the edge so you can get a nice clean finish. Now that can be a little tricky, so you can kind of pause the video and really take your time with that. And then you can kind of square off the edge. I might add a little bit of pink in here as well, just to get a little bit of variation in color. This is a nice coral pink. Okay, but you can use whatever color you would like here. Whatever color is inspiring you. And whichever color you think will look nice with the blue as well. Okay, so for the last step, let's add some clouds in here. So I'm going to take a 0 round brush. So I'm going to take some of this flow medium. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Zinc White so we can get some transparency. And then let's try to add some cloud shapes. I'm actually going to take the straight Zinc White. So you're making kind of swirl shapes. It's whatever kind of swirls or different geometric shapes and patterns. Can make some kind of dots. Okay, so I think that's good for the Zinc White, and then you can take some titanium white, and then you can add some more clouds that are just going to show up a little bit more. Kind of do this sparingly in certain strategic areas. Okay, so I think we will call this complete. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get a chance to paint along with me. Please like and subscribe for more painting tutorials, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!